Angeles, and for the past 5 years, I've had the pleasure of creating and presenting on television such nationally distributed documentary programs as I Search for Adventure, The Kingdom of the Sea, which I later sold, and for the Ralston Purina Company and Gil Bascom and Von Tigley, the Bold Journey series, now nearing the end of its 3rd full year on ABC. And now in association with Bing Crosby, Kenyon Brown, George L. Coleman, and Joseph A. Thomas, otherwise known as the Crosby-Brown Bunch, my staff and I are ready to release our newest documentary series, 7 League Boots. Those of you who may be familiar with my other programs may wonder how the new series differs from the others. What's the new format? How does it work? And what do we mean when we refer to the 7 League Boots? Well, our other programs featured for the first time on television the real adventures and travels of real people, ordinary people, and different people each week. I think the commercial and the rating success those programs have enjoyed and still do testify to the strength of that basic idea. It's been a good gimmick, and our distributors tell me it will continue to be one for many years to come. But over the years, as I've watched the hundreds, even thousands of documentary films that have been sent to us for our other programs, I felt a great void. I felt that there were too many blanks that the amateur globetrotters had not or could not fill in. Too many remote regions still left untouched. Too many colorful documentary stories left untold. Honestly and sincerely, I waited year after year, for example, for somebody to bring us a film dealing with a tremendous story of the Dead Sea Scrolls, for a journey perhaps to the happy little kingdom of Hunza, popularized by the Reader's Digest, for a good long look at the geisha girl tradition of Japan. Now, I'm not talking about just a few snapshots or a few brief scenes, but enough colorful and or exciting motion picture film to turn out a high-rating half-hour that could hold its own against any kind of programming on television today. We waited in vain for big films such as these to come out of the documentary amateur field. Out of this waiting and frustration was born the idea of organizing our own camera caravan, a bunch of hotshot, go-anywhere, anytime guys who had almost literally been born with a camera in their hands. So, these lads would get the films that somehow, for whatever reasons, simply had not been made or had not been made properly. The next step was a title. We wanted a commercial, a romantic, a big title that would capture the scope and the range of our camera caravan scattered throughout the world. Well, I won't bore you with the hundreds of titles we thought up and tossed away, but purely by accident, we remembered the fairy tale legend of the 7 League Boots, a sort of magic carpet device of the 14th and 15th century that enabled the owner to cover tremendous distances with remarkable ease, just like a television viewer who could just turn on his television set and see the result of our camera caravan's work around the world. That was the title. We had it, we knew it. We didn't create it. There it was in public domain, a title more than 300 years old, and it was perfect for our show. You and your 7 League Boots go to Japan, or to the high Himalayas, climb the Matterhorn, or walk by flaming torchlight in the Qumran caves of Jordan, the very caves where an Arab shepherd boy discovered the priceless Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, we don't have a pilot to show you, but we do have, as of this moment, about 20 or 25 half-hour shows completed and in the cans. You're certainly welcome to see not just one half-hour, but 5 or 10 or the whole lot if you have the time. But to give you a broad idea, a brief broad idea of what's in store, to try to show you the scope, the variety, the entertainment, and the publicity and promotion values of 7 League Boots, may we now, with your permission, roll off just 1 or 2 scenes from about 20 of the shows already completed. And with each scene or two, I'll simply give the episode title. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is a bird's-eye view of 7 League Boots. Ritual in Mexico. The Happy Kingdom of Hunza. The Fish and the Bear. Ferry in Japan. The Khyber Rifles. Jungletown Amigos. South of Bengal Bay. Purple Mountain Majesty. Geisha Girl. The Pagan Valley. Paris in July. Sin, Smoke, and Singapore. Filipino. Florida. The Memoirs of a Rover. The Matter of the Matterhorn. And presenting in two separate installments, each complete unto itself, perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, the most important documentary film in existence today, the story of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Not a dramatic reenactment, but a step-by-step follow-up of this tremendous story, photographed completely in the Holy Lands of Israel and Jordan, the first and still the only complete documentary film dealing with these highly publicized, these precious Dead Sea Scrolls. Well, gentlemen and ladies who may be present, that's our story. Not all of it, but Brother Bing told me to make it brief, and it took him about 3 hours to tell me that much. But spare me just a few more seconds, if you will. You know, it's a tough deal for the guy who created the show and will appear in it each week to try to sell his own product. If he gets too enthusiastic, the trade says, well, you know, he created it, and that's about all the attention they give you. I'll admit that I've used a few superlatives along the way, but being as objective as I can be, I don't think that I have even begun to touch the bases on 7 Boots. We know we have a gorgeous title, we know we have the great pictures to back it up, and furthermore, the producing company is owned by people who know and love broadcasting. Crosby, Kenyon Brown, George Coleman, Joseph Thomas, and those gents aren't in the habit of backing losers. Thank you so much for your time. By all means, ask us to put a flock of our half hours right on the table. Look at all of them. Thanks and good luck.